Hi everybody, welcome back to another CYT-Crypto. My name is Stephen Aitchison, and what a freaking day! What a day! What an amazing 24 hours it's been for Bitcoin, for Babb, for Tron, for everything. It's been going fantastic. Well, we thought kind of Bitcoin was going to go down, but it didn't. And Bitcoin Gold as well. I had a position in Bitcoin Gold. I thought that was going to shoot up, and it did. And I'm now out of Bitcoin Gold. I took kind of profits at the top. I was just day trading it. So I've done that. And I want to go into a coin that's going to surprise you, and probably you're not going to like it as well. But I'm taking a position out on it. I've taken a position out on it this morning. And so see what you think. So I'm just going to dive over to the comments just now. We'll just dive over and see who's in the house. Who is in the house? Particle Config is in the house. Hi Crypto Mac Pollen. Good morning, sunshine. It is a good morning. Martin Soon is in. Excellent. Rishikesh is in. Good morning to you. Dave Wee Castles and Locks. Yes. Looks like that Wee Castle I'm going to have to hire is going to be very, very soon. Cole Phillips, good morning to you, mate. Good to see you in the group as well, participating. Chardan is in the house as well. If you want to join a group in Facebook, we've got a brilliant wee community in there. Got about 100 people in there just now. Just there's a link down below if you want to join a Facebook group. It's cryptocurrency for beginners, but it's not really for beginners. And that's how it started out, but it's not really for beginners. So it's going well. So hit the link down below, and if you want to join us over at the CYT-Crypto.com, you can join us and look at the trading strategies I've got for trading coins as well. I've got Mike D in the house as well. Crypto Don Wan, good day to you, mate. It's good to have you here. Crypto Dread is in as well. Good to have you here. And the regulars, what's going on, man? I'm going to try and put my Babb into my Ether wallet. I put the Babb address in, and it came up a phishing site on my Ether wallet. Do you know anything about this? I don't, actually. I've never heard of that, Crypto Dread. So you have to be really careful that you're on from my Ether wallet. Just take the address from my Ether wallet and don't do it with my Ether wallet, if that makes sense. I put in Babb address. So it's not the Babb address that you're putting in, it's the actual wallet on Bancor. If you bought it from Bancor, remember it's the Bancor Ethereum address that you're doing and not the actual Babb address. So it depends what you're doing, Crypto Dread. Need more info on that. Mac Pollen, if you didn't wake up yet, this music will wake you up. Love it. I love that kind of music. Trance music is brilliant. I listen to it throughout the day as well. Coin Collector, good morning to you. Tadel Hooker. I'll get to some of that. I'll just welcome everybody in. Brock is in. Mike Cryptical is in. Chipotle is in. Scotch Bull's in the house. Welcome to see you. Welcome to see you. Welcome back, mate. George Charles, one of the 100,000 backs winners. I bet you're happy just now. That $100 is now turned into $300. Which is brilliant. Nora Perez, yes, the intro music was back. Yes, I fixed it this morning. Don't know what was up. Musa is in. Than is in the house as well. Good morning from Bangkok. Lucky Lazy Learner is in from London. Honest Crypto Journey from Edinburgh. Nice to see backs on a bull run. It's brilliant to see backs on a bull run. Ad Fitness, good morning to you. All American hot dog and sandwiches, hot dogs. Studio 10, Christian Meza, Eddie Holland, Chardan, Nora Perez, Kevin Hunt, Peter Harding, Gary Tang, Hulk. Okay, so we'll just look at the markets just now, and I'll tell you about the coin I've got into that you're not going to like, but I've got into, I think, it's got short-term potential, purely for trading. Purely for trading, and you can probably guess what one it is. So we're just going to refresh this. So look at the markets. We went through 400 billion, 418 billion, fantastic. So we broke through that barrier. Bitcoin broke through the 9,000 barrier and stayed through the 9,000. Which is excellent, which means, well, it doesn't mean anything, to be honest. It just looks bullish. When we look at crypto on the chart, when we look at Bitcoin on the chart, the USD chart, 9227, just now took a big jump up about 1 o'clock last night, or this morning, 8941, all the way up to 9173, so a $200 jump. So it's looking bullish just now. We'll look at it on the day chart, because we thought it might be going down, but it's kind of looking bullish, really bullish on the day chart, actually. So things are looking good everywhere. Things are looking really good, and the big coins are up as well. Neo, Ethereum's up, Litecoin's up. They're all doing really, really well. So Banker Network, we'll have to look at Babb first. Look at Babb. has went through that barrier of 0.3 of a cent. It's went through that barrier, which is amazing. It's nearly up, well, it's up 7 times, up 700% from when I first spoke about it 2 weeks ago. Overall, I think I'm up just under 400% on all my holdings, because I've been buying up. A lot of people buy down on the way down, but I've been buying up on when it's dipping. I've been buying it all the way from 0.04 up to 1.4 of a cent. So Babb is looking fantastic, and I've still not sold any. What I was going to do, and again, I'll just be open and honest here, the original plan was to kind of take out the original investment. So everything I put in, I was going to take it back out and let the rest run and just hold it long term. I've not done that yet. I still see potential in this rising even more, to be honest. I can see this getting up to 0.5 cent. So I've still not taken out my original holdings. And I know I advise people to do that. If you're in a kind of coin and it's kind of going on a big bull run like this, I advise you to take out your original holdings and then let the rest run. But I've not done that yet. And I still see it kind of going up from here, to be honest. Pundi X, I've still got a position in that. It kind of dipped slightly, but it's kind of holding steady at 0.5 cent. I can still see this going to 1 cent. So I'm still in this just now, a very kind of small position in that. I put in about $500. It's now worth about $1,000. Just now, just under $1,000. So that was a good move. But what I was doing is a wee bit arbitrage between Pundi X and Babb. But Babb just kind of ran away with it. And so I'll keep that position just now until it doubles. Then I'll get put all the kind of profits into Babb again. So I'll be having a bigger position in Babb. I do expect a pullback in Babb. I don't know, to be honest. Normally you'd think when it kind of went a massive bull run like this, you'd think, okay, it's going to have a pullback. However, you've got to remember this is a small coin. It's only capitalized at 42 million just now. So look at Babb just now on the charts. Yeah, 42 million, and we're in the, just outside the top 250. So we're in at 251 ranked. So yeah, normally you'd think, okay, this is going to have a pullback, it's going to have a retracement to maybe 50% or something, but it's a small coin. You've got to remember that. But the trading volume on it is just massive. Just now, if we look at the historical data, the trading volume is just fantastic. So when I got in round about the April the 8th, trading volume is $72,000. And now you can see yesterday, in the last 24 hours, it's $3.2 million trading volume. And that's really just on Bancor and IDEX. So Bancor's got 2/3 of it. IDEX, which I hate using, to be honest. But it's been stable the last couple of days. But yeah, it's doing really fantastic on both IDEX and the Bancor network. Ether Delta, not doing much at all, to be honest. So this is rising just now because of word of mouth. People are getting, the community's getting behind it, everybody's getting to kind of talk about it. No shilling, no kind of nothing like that. It's just talking about Babb. And this is where it's risen to. 0.3 of a cent just now. So imagine when they come out and kind of say they're going to be listed on a big exchange. Hopefully, I don't know when that's going to be. I don't have any insider information. Although I've been kind of promoting Babb for the last 2 weeks, it doesn't mean I have any, and I don't have any insider information. So imagine when this comes out in a big market, but I think Bancor's good enough to stay on it just now. Bancor is really doing well as well, and I said the other day as well, at $3.30, Bancor, more and more people are going to discover it and see how good it is, and they're going to get into it, and Bancor has kind of gone up in price as well, which is fantastic. $4.51. So it's been up 33% since last week as well, which is fantastic as well. I'm glad to see that. Really glad to see that. It was actually lower than that. It was $2.15. So really good for Bancor network as well. I can see this going to $10 easily. I've still not got a position in it. So we'll see what happens there. Tron is doing really well. Tron is kind of mooned. Well, it's not mooned, but it's kind of gone up to 650 Satoshi. as high as 659 Satoshi. And I have to be honest, I'm out of Tron just now, but I'm not too bothered, to be honest, because I made quite a bit on Bitcoin Gold. And Bitcoin Gold is doing well, but I'm out of Bitcoin Gold just now. And I'm into something else, but we'll go to a couple of comments first. Pete Southampton in the house, excellent. Gary Tang's in the house from London. Hulk likes green charts, just bought some more Babb, excellent. Wish I bought it when you first talked about it. There's a lot of people in the group, in the Facebook group, that bought it when I first spoke about it, and somebody was saying they got in this. They got in when the very first day I spoke about it, when it was 400ths of a cent, and they got in, and I think they're in. They've made a lot of money from it as well. Scottish Bill Pillar, do you like it, mate? Not checked into. I know you say, a lot of you mention a lot of coins, and I say I've not checked into it. I just don't have the time. I've got literally 2 or 3 hours in the morning, and then I have to go into business mode after this live video. I'll go straight into business mode and get on with the business. But I still love researching what I can. But I've not checked out Pillar fully. I know about Pillar, but I've not checked out fully. Scottish Bill, IoT Financial, good morning to you. Chardan, Verge, you've guessed it. You've guessed it. So the coin I got into is Verge. Now, taking away the ethics of it, looking at the charts, I think it may be reaching the bottom or is near its bottom just now. To be honest, 720, it hit 720 Satoshi. If we look at the day chart, looks shite in the day chart, to be honest. So it's not looking good on the day chart. Look on the hourly chart. Not looking that brilliant either, to be honest. And 15-minute chart, it's just crossed over on the 15-minute chart. Normally I wouldn't trade on the 15-minute chart, but when you're day trading and you see something that has potential, then I'll look at the kind of 15-minute chart to look for an entry position. And the 7 MA has crossed the 25 MA just recently, so I got in at 736 Satoshi. So I'm going to see how that plays, but I'll put a tight stop loss on that, quite a tight stop loss. So I put it at kind of 725 for a stop loss. So if it does go down, I'm not going to lose too much. But I just see from a business point of view, what they've done, with kind of Pornhub, the partnership they've done with Pornhub, not good ethically, but purely looking at it from a financial point of view and a monetary point of view and a kind of business point of view, it is going to be good for the coin in the long term. I think they'll have other partnerships on board as well, and this Verge could explode. And it's just sentiment just now that's driving the price down. So sentiment, everybody's up in arms saying, oh, it's not ethical, it's just dirty kind of Verge and stuff like that. But purely from a business point of view, it's a good partnership. From a business point of view from them, but it doesn't make them look good. So, but I think they'll come out with other partnerships soon as well, and I think this could explode and we could go see double again from here in the next month, 2 months. I don't know, but I don't think it's going to stay down here too long. I could be wrong. So anyway, I've taken out a position in Verge, taken it, and just purely from a financial point of view, if I can make money on it, on the coin when it's kind of going up, then I'm going to do it. Marty and Sonia, good morning to you. Sean D. Macaulay, Ripple. No, it wasn't Ripple. Magpie and Ether. David Boy Smith, morning troops. Crypto storming on. Crypto's doing brilliant just now. It's doing fantastic. Juan Antonio, hi Steve, at work, just nipped in to say hi and wish you a great day. Mark, it looks great today and Babb doing well. Let's continue showing the great project to the community. See ya. Excellent, thanks for nipping in. Juan, it was good to see you. Did he go for Ether or Verge? No, it was Verge. Will Tron climb much more short term? Well, yeah, I can see it climbing short term. Remember, we're coming up to April just now. So I can still see it going higher from here, to be honest. And I don't think 700 Satoshi is too far off. Where are we on the hour chart? Yeah, I don't think 700 Satoshi is too far off, to be honest. And the daily chart looks good as well. Kind of crossed over at 532 a while ago. And I can only see this getting stronger. So yeah, I can definitely see Tron getting stronger over the next kind of month and a half. And they've kind of announced other things as well. recently, which is good. The kind of airdrop they done with OCN. Somebody spoke about that yesterday. I think it was Odyssey. So that's looking good as well. And that's when the price kind of shot up when they announced that. So good move for them. So yeah, I can see Tron going up short term. Today, Hooker, Siddharth Ravi, is there any way to set stop loss on Banker Network? Not on the Banker Network, although I've been looking at, and I've never used it yet. When you look to buy something, you can go into advanced. I'm not going to kind of show the account here, but you can go into advanced, and I don't know if that's a kind of stop loss limit, to be honest. Like Binance, or you can do that on Bittrex as well. Christopher A, good morning to you, Stephen. I have my big boy pants on, a cup of ginger tea to go with it. I hope all is well. Greetings from Norway. Excellent, Christopher. So I hope everybody's got the big boy pants on. But I don't think you need them just now because everything's looking good at the moment. Everything's kind of looking rosy just now. So happy to see that. Really, really happy to see that. And happy to see everybody's doing well as well. Morning, any views on HNK? Never seen HNK. To be honest, where are we going? HNK. Never. No. I don't see them there on CoinMarketCap either. So I don't know about HNK. Never seen them. Sean Demicola, Lexit token. Still never checked that out, Sean. Cryptodon1. We took Jeff by storm. LOL was cool about it. We took Jeff by storm. What does that mean, Cryptodon1? Missed that. Have I missed something? I missed something. Hayden Wilcox is in the house as well from Bristol. Good morning to you. Verge, scam coin, mate. Wouldn't touch it. The founder looks and acts like a scammer. See, what I've seen as well, I would kind of tend to agree with you. I'd look at it. But when you look at Verge purely from the kind of charting point of view and looking at the bottom and trying to find the bottom, and you shouldn't look for the bottom when you're doing the charts. You shouldn't really look for the bottom, to be honest. You should just wait when the charts kind of telling you something. 15-minute charts, if you look at that, it's kind of gone all the way down from 784, kind of down, and first time it's crossed over was today. So it might be going down from here. I've got a tight stop loss on it. It's not that I'm into Verge at all. I don't like, I'm not particularly keen on Verge, but for trading it, I think it's going to look okay. I've been saying that for the last week since it kind of shot down. I'm trying to open a Facebook link to join a group, but it says, sorry, this content isn't available right now. Ah, weird. Click on that just now. Facebook groups. Ah, I've got the wrong bloody link in, that's why. Oh, donkey. 1 second. I've got the wrong link in. What a donk. I've had that for days as well. I wondered why there wasn't a lot of people joining the group. Ah, weird. Okay, I'll get that link sorted. I'll put it in the chat just now if anybody wants to join there. And I'll get that link sorted as well. Thanks for pointing that out. I really appreciate that. That's been there for ages as well. Scottish Bull, have you been on the breakfast, Stephen? Verge God. No. Want Babb to be 20% to retire, man. Don't like, or 20 cents to retire. Don't like my job. Yes, 20 cents would be amazing, wouldn't it? 20 cents. That would be amazing. But we've got the God, we've got the Babb God in kind of Telegram chat as well. Nelson, the man, he's predicting 78 cents by the end of the year and $1.67 as well for 2019. That would be amazing. I'd buy a bloody castle instead of renting it out. Shakiza got in Verge when it was the price of backs. Fantastic. Do you know I was in Verge? I don't know if I told you this story. I was in Verge. I had a couple of million of Verge when it was really low price. I sold it, and 2 weeks later it was kind of that bloody John was kind of doing his stuff on Twitter, and it kind of shot up in price. So I've missed out on $500,000 with Verge in the past. That was one of the worst days ever. VPN accepting XVG. Torguard VPN. Accepting XVG, excellent. Clips. Walton Chain is like the next ETH with less circulation. Can't wait to see what happens in the next few weeks. Yeah, Walton Chain looks good as well. And I'm just going to go to the top. Ambrosis, that was tipped yesterday. I seen that in one of the Telegram groups from Palm Beach Leaks, or Palm Beach. Yeah, it was tipped yesterday, so that's kind of shot up as well. That's not shot up, but it's kind of gone up. Icon has finally gone up as well, which is good if you're into Icon. AirSwap has kind of gone up a wee bit. It's doing well as well. That's on a 15-minute chart. Yeah, it's doing well. So I've got some AirSwap as well. EOS, it's doing well. Cyber Miles, never been into that, but a good kind of day chart I had. Could have got into that when I looked at the day chart. It was looking good. Around about 1100. It's now nearly doubled. Power Ledgers kind of always look good, to be honest, but I've not been into that. Just not got the cash for that. BQX, Ethos, looking good in the daily chart, to be honest. Was into that, got out of it as well. Tron, still looking good in the day chart. I think Tron is definitely going to go up. So we need to see what happens with Bitcoin. Where is the Bitcoin price just now? 9210. Looks great in the day chart. What's that in the hourly? It's good in the hourly as well. Those coming back a wee bit, 9,300. But we went through the kind of important thing is we went through the 9,000 barrier, which was good. We held it as well. Bitcoin price held it. So we could be on a bull run from here. Hopefully the kind of whales don't come in and just kind of shoot the price down. You just never know. Neo looking good at $79 as well. Litecoin $159 looking good. Was up 163. Qtum is looking good as well. I think everything's looking good. BNB, we kind of mentioned that last week as well. And ADA or Cardano is coming down a wee bit, but whole market is looking good. A couple of comments. Mike D, a lot of people disappointed with Tron progress compared to other coins. Yeah, with the price of it, with the dollar price of Tron compared with the other coins, I think what's happening, and certainly what I've done as well, I have to be honest, certainly what I've done is I've came out of Tron to trade other coins to get back into Tron with more Tron. But so I'm still out of Tron just now. I'm going to be honest there. Still out of Tron just now because I'm trading to get more kind of money to try and get, not to try and get back into Tron, but to kind of get back into Tron at an opportune time. Christian Meza, if Babb get a banking license, you'll find me in Vegas. Yeah, buddy. If Babb get a banking license, Jesus Christ, imagine what would happen to the price of Babb if we got a banking license. Where are we just now? It's kind of coming down slightly, but nothing too worrying. Nothing too worrying at all. Look at Kin as well. I mentioned Kin at 111 last week. That's now up nearly 200%. So I bought in and out of that as well. I just kind of traded it. I don't regret kind of selling it. I sold it at 145 because I was doing other things at the time as well, and they've gone up. So I don't regret trading it, but I made a good wee profit on that as well. That was good. And Dave, dilemma, spare 100, where would you put it? BNT or BACS? Oh, BACS for the long term. Definitely BACS for the long term. I'm not a financial advisor. Put your big girl pants on, big boy pants on, do your own research. I'm not your dad or anything like that. So, but BACS. I would put in BACS, to be honest. Even at this price, it could kind of pull back, but it's such a small market cap just now. I still think it's going to do really well. Gary Tang, EDO airdrop on 9th of May might be good to buy in and get out by then. Yeah, definitely. Bad it can. Bro, is it good time to buy Babb now? Well, see, a lot of people asked that yesterday. Was it a good time to buy Babb at quarter of a cent? I said you don't know if it's going to pull back or not, but you could be missing out. And that's exactly what happened yesterday. So it's kind of pulled back a wee bit back just now. It's just pulling back slightly just now. So it might be a good time to get in just now. But it's difficult because I said yesterday it might have a pullback as well. Oh, it's just jumped up again. So with a coin like this, because it's such a small market cap, then I think any price like this, round about this price, could be a good price to get in, because you're thinking longer term. If you're trading it, you're buying at an all-time high. If you're going to be trading it, it's never a good idea to buy at an all-time high. Or if you're going to buy at this price, you need to keep an eye on it closely to maybe set a 6% stop loss limit. So you might want to do that. Christopher A, who's your favourite classical composer? Do you listen to classical music? Sometimes I do, actually. I do. I've very eclectic. That's a very strange question. That was a bit out there. But a very eclectic taste in music. But I love trance music. I do like classic, but I like Baroque classical music. I like, and one of my favourites would be Bach. Sheep May Safely Graze. I love that one. I don't know the proper name for it, but Sheep May Safely Graze is a good one. There's loads of them, to be honest, but I do like Baroque classical music. It's nice for kind of working to when you're listening to that in the background. It's nice and relaxing. Let's see what else. I bought more Babb 2 hours ago. Can long-term hold? Yeah. If this is a long-term hold, then I wouldn't worry about buying it in at this price at all, to be honest. If it's a long-term hold for you, I definitely wouldn't worry. And I was actually going to go all in Babb yesterday when it was 1/4 cent. I thought, right, I'm just going to go all in, take everything out of Tron and a couple others. Not go all in, not 100% in, but put a lot of the holdings in even more. But I didn't. Wolf, if you look at 3-day MACD for Verge and Tron, Verge is going down and Tron up. Be careful, I think. Yeah, that's why I've set a tight stop loss limit for Verge. 737. So it's coming down to that stop loss limit. So it might be coming down. So I might be out in the next hour or so, or the next few minutes. So you don't know. I don't know if I'm going to be out or not. So I've set that 725 Satoshi stop loss limit very tight. So I'm not losing that much, and I'll just look to kind of trade. I just think it could be a good trading coin. Whereas Tron, 650. So I've made quite a bit of money on kind of Bitcoin Gold. Not quite a bit, but I've made more than I had. I got into Bitcoin Gold when it was 750,000 and got out when it was 920,000 Satoshi. So I'll still get into the original holdings that I had with Tron as well. So not too worried there at all, to be honest. Rob Taylor just got in. Morning, Steve. Do you think Babb will correct anytime soon? Looking for position to buy a bit cheaper, but doesn't seem to be working out. That's what I was just saying as well, Rob. It's difficult to kind of call this one because you never know what's going to happen. It's pulled back a wee bit just now at 2836. Me personally, I think we're going up to 0.5 cent soon. And that's double the price, nearly double the price of where it's at just now. So on it, it's difficult to call, Rob, because you'd expect a correction. You would expect a correction, but because it's such a small market cap coin, then it might just kind of keep going up very slowly, kind of have some dips and pullbacks, but hopefully nothing major from here, to be honest. So it's difficult to call, really difficult. So I understand your dilemma. Steve, what do you think of Encash? Encash could do well short term. I think that FUD that was going on about the partnerships has kind of brought the price down, but it could definitely do well in the future. Rishikesh, Steve, AMB is a strong project, which I was insisting you take a look at last week. They have a strong footprint in Europe. Hopefully the team is going to accrue the biggest investment from Europe government. So that's Ambrosis that we were looking at kind of earlier on. Yeah, it's done well. And if you look at the day chart, we'll see when it crossed over in the day chart. So I knew it was somebody mentioned last week. I didn't know who it was. So it's more or less since it crossed over, the 7MA crossed over the 25MA on the day chart. It's more or less went up 100%. That's why it's so important to look at the charts as well. And I have to be honest again with Verge, I'm not looking at the charts. I just looked at the 15-minute charts and thought this could be going back up again. Because I thought we'd hit near the bottom. So it was a kind of feeling more than anything, and you definitely shouldn't trade on feelings, as we can see here. But I don't know, I just think there's something about Verge that could shoot up, and I could make a wee bit kind of money on that. but I'm not trading on the charts. But I kind of always look at the charts, and the day charts are brilliant for finding kind of hidden gems. Crypto Don Juan, I sent a Telegram group to Altcoin Buzz, live YouTube vid, and we got Jeff to speak about Babb. Oh, brilliant. Brilliant. I didn't realise that. Crypto Don Juan, just spreading the word. He was cool about it. Excellent. That's brilliant. I like Altcoin Buzz, actually. So he did speak about it, because I know there was a lot of people showing it in his kind of live shows last week, trying to get him to talk about Babb, and he was kind of ignoring it. So obviously he started talking about it. Brilliant. That's excellent. Studio 10, Zinfin is worth looking into. Yeah, that kind of shot up last week on the kind of banker network. Zinfin, where is it just now? Yeah, 0.8%. So it was up a lot higher than that, and it came right back down again. So I don't know about the project though. I don't know. I've not looked into the project at all. Just seen the kind of price shooting up, and looking at the charts, it was looking good. I'm a fan of Back too. Wild Bill Nadsale. Yeah, I like Back. Baroque music is brilliant to listen to in the background if you're working and you have to focus on something. Baroque music, because the music from Baroque classical music, I don't know if you've heard about it, but it's got a certain kind of a certain brainwave pattern to it as well. So when you listen to kind of classical music in the background, it kind of puts you into an alpha state of mind. So you've got different states of mind. Right now you're in the kind of delta state, where your mind's kind of all over the place because you're looking at crypto. But when you go into an alpha state, that's like a meditation state, and that's what Baroque classical music does for you. It puts you into an alpha state of mind, and you can focus much better as well. And that was a wee bit out there, sorry, but that's in my personal development stuff that I talk about. Henry Dennis, have you looked at Ivycoin? I looked at Ivycoin actually. I did look at Ivycoin, and it actually looked good, but I didn't buy into it, and I've not looked into it in depth. But Ivycoin does actually look quite good, and we'll just take a wee quick look at that just now. So I was quite impressed. I didn't know who had mentioned it. I knew somebody had mentioned it. Henry Dennis, it must have been yourself then. But Ivycoin does look quite good, to be honest, but I don't know where they're kind of trading just now. Are they still not out yet? So where are they trading? Yeah, because it says the tokens have been distributed to all. So are they on an exchange? Are they on DDEX or something? So I don't know, but I did look at it, Henry, and thanks for that. Mitch Dieter, hi from South Africa, backs on WorldCoin Index. Will that make a difference to the price? Thanks for everything. I think any exposure that it gets is going to make a difference to it, because people are going to look at it. And the thing with backs as well, that people are going to look at the price, because newbies, and I'm not saying anything against newbies, we need newbies in, we need kind of experienced people in as well, but newbies getting in will look at the dollar price value of it. And so if they look at Bitcoin and say Bitcoin is $9,000, they look at backs and say, oh, it's 0.3%, they're going to pick the lower price coin and think there's more potential there, not thinking about the market capitalization or anything like that. Although the market capitalization of backs is brilliant if they did look into it. But if we think about the psychology of even backs as well, because it's such a low price, I think a lot of people are going to get into it as well. And that same happened with kind of Ripple as well, and same happened with Cardano, because it was the low price coins. Remember the spate a couple of months ago? The low price coins were doing really well, and that's because newbies getting in, looking at the dollar value and seeing its lower price, but they don't think about the market capitalization. And that's a good thing for backs. That's got one thing in its favour, to be honest. I like that about backs as well. So normally when I first got into crypto, I didn't think that if it had like 50 billion coins, I would never look at it. I wanted the kind of coins that had a very low circulating supply and a very low total supply. But thinking about psychology, it's good if a kind of coin has got a high total supply, like Ripple, for example, is a perfect example. ONT has gone down a lot. I'm looking to buy some. When would you suggest? Again, just look at the charts if you're looking at ONT, because that looks a good kind of opportunity. ONT just now, so it's not gone down that much. And we'll look at the hourly chart. So daily, what was the high? So it's maybe a 50% retracement. So we'd have to look at the kind of, I would look at the 6 hourly chart. because the daily chart's not going to give us too much info. Yeah, so I would look at on the 6 hourly chart. If you're looking at that, we'll just take a look at the 12 hourly chart as well. And again, this is not financial advice. I'm not giving you advice. I'm just saying, okay, this is what I might do if I was going to get into ONT. So I'd either look at the 12 hourly chart or the 6 hourly chart and wait for the 7 MA to cross the 25 MA. And that might be a good time to get in, because that gives you an indication that the price is going back up and people are starting to get back into it again. But it's kind of traded for the last kind of couple of days. It's trading sideways just now, and there's a couple of green candles there. So it might be a good time to get in, but you might want to wait as well, see if there's a green confirmation, or that when the 7 MA crosses the 25 MA around about 5,000 or maybe 5,200 in a couple of days' time. So it's got a good future, ontology. Henry Davison, found the next big thing. Yeah, that's kind of shot up in price just now. It's coming back just now. Good morning, everyone. Peter Cody. Have you looked at EXRN chain coin? EXRN, I'm sure I checked that a couple of months ago. EXRN coin. EXRN chain. 7 million. Where's it traded? So 7 million has got 100 billion tokens, circulating supply of 92 billion, so they're all kind of nearly in the market just now. Volume is okay for a small coin like that, 139,000. This is just a very quick look. IDEX, can hate IDEX. I did actually look at that a couple of months ago, to be honest. But yeah, that might be a good one as well. What charts do you use for Bancor? If you go into IDEX, IDEX has good charts, the trading view charts basically. So on IDEX they have kind of good charts to look at. So I would look on IDEX for the charts, because on Coinigy you can't see the likes of backs, stuff like that as well. But IDEX has good charts for it. Sean Demacole, where can I buy Babb from? Sorry dude, been out of the loop. You can buy it on the Bancor network, so if you just go to bancor.network and you'll be able to buy it there. You can buy it with a debit card, although I wouldn't suggest that. I would rather send some Ethereum over to Bancor and buy it from there. And it's come down a wee bit, so it might be a good time. 2746. Good. I'm saying good because it means I can get more, if I'm being honest. 283.96, it's jumping up and down. It just went up 100. I believe you can get Ivy Coin on Ether Delta. Is that what it is? Ether Delta. But Ivy Coin did look good, so I'm going to look into that more. Richard Rowland, Bancor, yep. Buck Savage, I was listening to Jeff also, and he did say a lot of people are on Babb, and it definitely has room to grow. Huge room to grow. If you think this, if you think, okay, if Babb 10x's from here, it's still only a market capitalization of 420 million. If it kind of 10x's from here, if they get a license, is without a doubt going to 10x. What are the chances of it getting a license, of Babb getting a license? Well, if you look at it from this point of view, they're going to go for 3 licenses. They're going to go for the European one for Lithuania. They're going to go for the Bank of England one, which would be huge kudos. If they got the Bank of England one, it's just going to totally explode. It's really going to totally explode. If they got that, and they've also got Bahrain, they're kind of talks in the Middle East with Bahrain, kind of they're meeting them next month as well, if they got that as well. So they've got 3 chances, but the chances on the Bank of England, so I kind of shared this last week, so I wrote to the Bank of England under the Freedom of Information Act, and we've got information on the success rates of kind of companies that apply for a banking license and what the success rates are. And the stage that Babb are at just now, so they're in pre-application stage just now, they're in talks with the Bank of England and the kind of team, the startup unit and stuff like that. At that stage, 63% of the companies that apply for a banking license, who are in talks with them and they're sitting down and talking with them, get a banking license. 63% of the companies. And Babb, Paul Johnson came out in the Telegram group and said that they weren't going to give up, because what happens is 63% kind of get the license, a certain percentage kind of drop out, they pull back and they don't go for it. But Paul Johnson came in the Telegram group and he said, we're not going to drop out. We're going to keep on going for it and keep trying for it. So I honestly think they're going to get that banking license, and I can see a huge potential. And if they get the banking license from the Bank of England specifically, it's going to be huge kudos for them going to other kind of banks as well, and looking at other licenses in Europe and kind of Middle East as well. And remember, they've got Middle East backing as well, so they've got investors in the Middle East as well. And I just think it just looks peachy for backs. Just down, bought a bunch of Babb on ICO. Should have bought a crap ton more when it was down and low, as the fundamentals were still the same. Yeah, because it came out ICO at 1.2 Now it's doubled, 2.5 times x'd the kind of ICO price, but it was as low as kind of 0.04 as well. That's when I got in. Have you looked into Banca? It's the first crypto Wall Street. Very briefly looked at Banca again a couple of months ago, looking at that, and obviously that's a kind of not a competitor to Babb, but in the same space as Babb as well. And actually, somebody approached me yesterday to talk about another banking ICO. So they approached me with the view to doing a collaboration, maybe me doing a YouTube video about it as well, but I didn't feel right about it. I felt there was a conflict of interest because I've been promoting Babb so much, and I probably could have made a lot of money from it, but I kind of said no, I'm not going to do it. But it looks like, I'm not going to tell you the name, but they did approach me kind of yesterday about doing that as well, and purely because of the conflict of interest, and I didn't think it was ethical to kind of do that. Should you do videos for pay? I don't know if you should. I don't know. I don't know how I feel about it, to be honest. But I've said no anyway, purely because of the conflict of interest with Babb. But I could have made a lot of money from that. But it's not just about the money. It's about kind of being genuine, being honest, and being open as well. I think that's what this community is all about. That's what the crypto community should be all about. And we need dishonesty in the crypto space as well. So I remember Datadash when he came out. I don't know if you ever seen that. Datadash came out and said that he got paid for the video that he didn't kind of disclose at the time, and it felt really bad. And I see Datadash is one of those honest people as well. Nicholas Merton, his name is. So I don't know if you've seen that, but yeah, there's a lot of, I think the banking sector as a whole, because the blockchain is going to revolutionize the banking sector totally. It's going to make it so much cheaper for people. It's going to make it so much cheaper for the banks as well, so much quicker and so much more secure for the people in the banks, or the people who are banking as well. So I think the banking sector as a whole on the blockchain could do really, really well this year, and Babb are in the thick of that as well. Pierre Cody, have you looked at AdBank? Really low cap coin with good growth, has getting a bit of coverage lately. Yes, I bought into the ICO with AdBank, big time. I put a lot of money into AdBank, and I'm just waiting on it growing just now. So I love the look of AdBank, what they're doing just now as well in the ad space and revolutionising the ad space as well. So Peter, yes, I'm fully invested in, not fully invested, but I've got a lot of money in kind of AdBank as well with the ICO. So yeah, I really do like AdBank. It looks really good. I haven't spoken about it, but I see the price has kind of gone up recently as well. Again, for me, that's a long-term hold. I've just kind of put it to the side and said, okay, long-term hold, that's cool. What was the other one about ICO as well? Bought Manitha ICO, kind of got in and out of that. There's another one, BitDegree. BitDegree I got in at ICO as well. And that's still to realise its potential, but that's another year-long hold as well, at least. So yeah, I did get into AdBank. It's funny you mentioned that. Ivycoin is at IDEX at the moment. It will be huge soon. People here need to buy in early, but first read the white paper. Yeah, Ivycoin does look good, Henry, and thanks for kind of pointing that out again. I did look at Ivycoin when you mentioned it last week. So Ivycoin does look good. It's just, there's so many coins that look good just now, and you just go, shit, I wish I had the money to do that. I wish I had the money to buy that. I wish my other coins would go up so I can get out of it, so I can buy this. It's a pain in the ass, to be honest, but it's a good position to be in. It's a good position to be in. Lexa token, 80 million total supply, could be a gem. Did you mention that last week as well, Sean? Lexa. There is so, honestly, there's so many good coins just now. It was Lexa token, wasn't it? because we looked at this last week as well. Unlock invaluable utilities for all marketed sales. Collected a listing fee. Alexa token attracts dynamic use of buyers, sellers, and access of global partner sale. XT tokens, properties, alignment of all. Angel round. What's the? I'm just looking at the high security KYC ID verification. That's Q2 2008. Empire. Deployment for. What is the Telegram group looking like? 15,000 members. I always like to look at the Telegram group just to see. I wonder who the team is. Don't see the team here. White paper. I don't see the team on here. Am I missing something? Oh, the team's down there, right. Yeah, so if you want to check that out as well, that's kind of Alexa token as well. I've not kind of checked out. There's just so many good stuff. Lowrider, Devery coin, your opinion? I took a small position out in Devery coin. So I've taken a look at it and taken a small position out on IDEX. And it looks okay, so we'll just take a look at that. So 30 cents just now, but it's got low kind of total supply and a low circulating supply as well. 100 million and 62 million circulating. It's kind of went up big time already. It's kind of doubled in price over the last couple of weeks. 6 cents was more than double in price. It's went up 500%. It came down a wee bit and gone back up again. So I have taken a position out on kind of Devery as well, just a small position. But it looks okay if we look at the kind of website here. So it's product verification protocol as well, and it's just going from one stop to another, and it's kind of end to end and just kind of verifying the products by distributing products and kind of seeing it from end to end. So it looks good. It looks okay. So yeah, I've taken a small position out in that. Dean, I'm in a big premium group and I've dropped a couple of hints in the Telegram Babb and suggested they review. Dean, I've done the same as well. Blockchain Whispers, I've written to him on kind of Twitter. I wrote to him on Twitter and just asked him to kind of look at Babb, or suggested he look into Babb as well. So I don't know what they'll do, but we don't need it to kind of shoot the price shooting up. But the kind of premium groups like this, they're not kind of pump and dump groups. I've said Blockchain Whispers is not a pump and dump group. It's a group that kind of hold for the long term as well. It's just a group of big kind of investors in there. And the premium and kind of Blockchain Whispers is looking good just now, to be honest. Sean Demacaulay, cheers bud. My pleasure. Studio 10, XBP just started on Bangkok. XBP. I haven't seen XBP. Ah, it's new, it's just saying new. Right, $160. Smart contracts for smarter predictions. Oh, it's prediction one. 5 members discussions. That was 4 months ago. See, I like the Banker network, and anything that comes onto Banker like this one, I'll definitely take a look at, because I love trading on the Banker network. I wish I got the tokens. If BAX is coming down a wee bit more, it might be a good time again. XBP, take a wee look at that as well, because I do love the Banker network. The more and more I use it, the more I love it, to be honest. Martin, been wondering what's this unknown phone message tone. Took me a while to figure out it's coming all the way from Scotland. Paula Lake, what do you think about Nelson's word said 0.0051 USD by the end of this month. Monday the 30th said 1st of December backs 78 cents, and I said June 2019 backs will be $1.67. So Nelson is a guy in a Telegram group. I just discovered him the other day, but a lot of people have kind of been talking to him. He's got this kind of reputation just now as well for being the Yoda of the group. So he's saying that kind of backs is going to be half a cent by the end of the month. And by December it's going to be 78 cents, and by June 2019 it's going to be $1.67. I have to think that's highly feasible, to be honest, Paula. I think it's highly feasible that he's right in that, and he's been on target all along. He mentioned when it was kind of 1.6 cents, 1.6 tenths of a cent. He said it was going to go up to 2 tenths of a cent. Then he said it was going to go up to 3 tenths of a cent. Just hit 3 tenths. He's now saying it's going to go up to half a cent. So it could well be right. It's looking good. He's quite a character as our Nelson. Chad Anley, show appreciation by hitting those likes and giving this channel more exposure. Win-win for all of us. Thank you very much, Chardan. I keep forgetting about that. Yeah, hit the likes, subscribe to this channel, let people know about it, and let me know kind of what you think. Just leave any comments after this live video as well, and let me know what you think and let people know about it. Did you get into Digitex ICO? No, I didn't. Didn't get into that Crypto Don one. Peter Cody, I wished I had the money to buy that story of my crypto career. Buck Savage, Steve, what you said about the conflict and being loyal to Babb is why we love following you and appreciate all you give. Thanks, Buck. Thanks, Buck. Appreciate that. What about NOS, Neo platform? I've not looked at NOS. I've not looked at NOS before. Green.ico, never seen that. Rip This Joint. Talking Mannequin has 25,000 Telegram members and the site looks great, just FYI. Thanks for that, Rip This Joint. Mervyn Skidmore, morning Steve, morning to you. Crypto on one, Digitex coming to an exchange this quarter. You have to go straight to the site to look at it. Cool. And take a wee look at that. I just don't get time. I wish I had time. If I was doing this full time, this would be brilliant. To kind of look at all these kind of coins and stuff, but I just don't have the time. And I love what I do in my business as well, so I don't want to give up what I do in my business. That's never going to happen. But I love crypto as well. Totally love it. So I just try and get as much time as possible. Lowrider, if you have, I will too. Thanks. Lowrider, what was that? What were we talking about? I kind of forgot what we were talking about. If I have Devrycoin. Crypto Don 1, Digitex. Alright, we've seen that. Mervyn Skidmore, what are your thoughts on bot trading? I don't know too much about bot trading, to be honest. I spoke to somebody a couple of weeks ago about bot trading, and they were trying to show me how you can recognise the bot traders, and I don't get it. I just don't get it, to be honest, and I don't see it. Other people seem to see when the bots are coming in, when it's bot trading, kind of on the minute charts and stuff like that. I don't see it, if I'm being really honest. But it's part and parcel of the crypto world. It's part and parcel. Bloody K, but remember as well, with bot trading, it still follows the charts. It still follows the charts, so we kind of have to look at the short-term charts, not long-term. I'm not huge into technical analysis, but I'm more into it now, but for short-term purposes, not long-term. We can never know what's going to happen 1 week from now or 2 weeks from now, or purely because of history. We just never know, so that's why I like to think short-term instead of kind of long-term like that as well. It's nice to dream about long-term, but we're trading on short-term, and that's what we have to look at. Martin Ashev is in. Thanks to you. Thanks, Steve. Sen. Have a good day. You as well, Martin. Dave, if Nelson's prediction comes true, then we can buy Scotland and deport Nicola Sturgeon to one of the Arctics. No, we don't want to deport Nicola Sturgeon. Big supporter of Nicola Sturgeon. I know we shouldn't talk politics, Dave, but yes, I'm a supporter of Nicola Sturgeon. So we'll keep her in Scotland. So we'll buy Scotland and we'll keep her in Scotland as well. Craig Morris, when's the Big Boy Pants giveaway? I actually thought about that. I thought about kind of buying some of these kind of sites so you can do the t-shirts and stuff like that on. I was going to get Big Boy Pants and kind of do that as a giveaway, just as a funny. So that's a good idea, Craig. Marcus Jafari, good show, Captain. Thank you very much, Marcus. Really appreciate that. Kunks, good morning to you, brother, as well. Bloody K, bot trading usually have trade that may not appear on the books, is my experience. I may be wrong. Yeah, I just don't know about bot trading at all. I just can't get it, to be honest. If you're into ICOs with large Telegram members looking to Endor and Abyss, I think that's an indicator. When you're going into an ICO, I think it's a good indicator if you get into the Telegram groups and they've got a large Telegram group. Obviously, you have to look at loads of other things as well. The kind of use case scenario, what it's being used for, does it really need the blockchain? Look at the team as well, look at the long-term potential of it. So it's not just the Telegram members group that I kind of look at. I just think that's a good indicator, and look at the social media presence. And Babb has got all that as well when you look at Babb, for example. So I'm sure there's hundreds of ICOs that are going to be coming out. They're going to be fantastic. I didn't get into Next as well. I wish I'd gone into Next, but I didn't get into it. So we'll take another quick look at the kind of markets before I go. Been on nearly an hour. 420 billion, excellent, fantastic. Where is BAX? 2706, going up and down. And that XBP is starting to go up already. Yeah, looking good, looking good. Okay, I'm going to leave it there just now. If you like this, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button if you've not subscribed already. Join the Facebook group. I'll put the correct link, and thanks for pointing that out, really appreciate that. I'll put the correct link in for the Facebook group. We'll get more people over there and we'll just kind of chat about cryptos, and we help each other as a community. I'm not in there a lot because of the business, but we help each other as a community, and I think that's what crypto's all about. It's about being part of a community and helping each other and supporting each other. Not all this slagging each other off and kind of putting people down and stuff like that. We don't want that in the crypto market. We get enough of that shit in the real world. Crypto market is all about, we're changing, we're revolutionizing the world. This is what we're doing, and we're part of that. We're part of a revolution just now, and we have to understand that, I think. So you can join me over in the Facebook group as well. That would be fantastic. And if you want to give a little back, you can buy the program. It's only $197, and it's at CYT-Crypto.com as well if you want to kind of look at that. I'm still adding more videos for the trading that I've been doing, and just showing you how to kind of how I trade and look at the day charts and stuff like that as well. Very simple system. That's all we need in crypto as well. Just a very simple system, short-term system. I think it's going to be good. But thank you very much as always. I really appreciate it. I love our talks in the morning. I don't know what I'd do without it now. But thank you for joining me today. Really appreciate you, and I'll see you tomorrow. Until then, namaste. Take care. Bye now.